friends, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If you haven't, then welcome to my channel, and for everybody, welcome to my kitchen. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be cooking out of my favorite cookbook at the moment, and it's also my only cookbook at the moment. We're going to use Chrissy Teigen's Cravings Cookbook, and today's recipe, as you can already tell from the title, is going to be risotto with porcini mushrooms and peas. So this is the section in her book called Things That Should Intimidate People But Shouldn't, and to be honest, I am a little intimidated because obviously risotto is not a really easy thing to make. I have made it once before, which was fine, and then I made it another time and it turned to shit. So we're gonna try it today and see how it turns out, so let's do it!
So we're going to need some arborio rice, some low sodium chicken broth, frozen peas, a dry white wine, warm water, dried porcini mushrooms, unsalted butter, salt and pepper, a shallot, and some Parmesan.
Okay, so for the first step, what we're going to do is place the porcinis and warm water in a bowl and soak until soft, at least 1 hour and up to 4 hours. I really should have looked at this recipe a little bit before I started on it because I haven't eaten anything all day. It's 2 o'clock and I just want some risotto, but I guess we're gonna have to soak the porcini, so we'll do that first, I guess. Okay, so first step is to place the porcinis in the warm water in a bowl. So I'm gonna open up these porcini packets. These were kind of expensive, so I really hope that I don't fuck this up. It honestly smells like dog food. Oh, this is good. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and pour in the warm water, and then I'm gonna let this soak for probably just an hour because I'm really hungry. So since I haven't eaten anything all day, I just made some soft-boiled eggs while I'm waiting for the porcinis to soak. Cute. Okay, so it has been over an hour and the mushrooms are still soaking, but I forgot to grate some cheese, so I'm about to do that right now so the mushrooms can soak a little bit longer. Parmesan. Alright, so now I have a little bit more than a cup of Parmesan cheese. Yes. So I totally forgot that I have to like cut things and like prepare them before I cook. Who would have thought? So while the mushrooms are still soaking, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the rest of the shallots and whatever else I need to cut up and measure out. Okay, my eyes are super sensitive to onions and shallots. Onions are way worse because they're a little bit stronger in taste and in eye-wateringness. So that's why I like to use shallots. The recipe also calls for a shallot or an onion, and so obviously I chose shallot. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it now, but I'll probably cry all my makeup off. Oh, it's happening. Oh god. It burns so bad. Hello? This hurts. I'm done. Alright, that's enough. Okay, so after about 2 hours now, the mushrooms have been soaking, so the next step is to remove the mushrooms, squeeze them so the liquid drips back into the bowl, and then strain the liquid through a piece of cheesecloth or a very fine strainer. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Gotta pull up my sleeves for this. So remove the mushrooms, squeeze them so the liquid drips back into the bowl. I don't know, like, squeeze them how? Just with my hand? And then, ooh, this is kind of fun. They're little squishy mushrooms. Ooh, so the liquid is super dark, so I'm excited. I think it's going to be very flavorful. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and strain the liquid into another bowl. Alright, so next it says to remove any tough pieces of rehydrated mushroom stems. I'm feeling around and I don't really feel any pieces that are too tough, so I'm just gonna go ahead and chop it now. Alright, so it looks pretty good. This is what the mushrooms look like after I chop them up. Alright, so now we can finally move on to the actual cooking part. So now we're gonna head over to my stove. Alright, so welcome to my stove. It's not on yet because I feel like if it were, I would burn my face off. What we're gonna do now is start the cooking. So the next step is to transfer the soaking liquid into a medium saucepan, leaving behind any grit in the bottom of the bowl, and then add the chicken broth. And then I'm gonna warm the broth over medium-low heat until it's steaming, and then I'm gonna keep it warm on the back burner. Okay, so now that I have the liquid going on over here, I'm gonna go ahead and start the risotto. So I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of the butter, and I'm gonna heat that over medium heat. I'm gonna add the shallot and cook and stir until it's translucent, so for about 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add the rice and cook and stir for 2 minutes. Then I'm going to add the wine and salt. Then I'm going to increase the heat to medium-high and then boil until the wine is mostly evaporated, which will be 2 to 3 minutes.
So most of the wine is evaporated now. As you can see, the rice is kind of in clumps. So that's when I'm going to add the liquid. So for the first time, I'm adding 1 cup of liquid in, and I'm just going to keep doing this and stirring until the rice is fully cooked. So you can see when to add the next half cup of broth. When the rice kind of stops falling on top of itself and just kind of clumping up in the pan, that's when you want to add the next half cup of broth. So you're going to be standing and stirring for a while, so I brought out my phone to watch some Bella Fiore videos. So I was stirring until dry and then pouring in liquid probably 6 times until the rice was the texture that I wanted. So you just want to try it throughout while you're cooking, and then once it's almost done, I added just the last bit of broth in there because I do like my risotto a little bit saucy. And then so when you run your wooden spoon in like that, it should fall back on itself, and then you can add in the rest of the ingredients. So I put in the peas, a tablespoon of butter, then I put in the Parmesan cheese and just stirred everything together really well. Then the last step is to add in the porcini mushrooms and then just stir everything so it's well incorporated. So this is what my risotto looked like when I was finished cooking. So you can see it's really thick and creamy. I had to use a ladle to scoop it out into my plate. Then I just garnished it with a little bit of black pepper and the rest of the Parmesan, and it's ready to eat.
Alright, so here is the picture that's in Chrissy Teigen's cookbook of the risotto, and here is mine. I think it looks pretty good. Ooh, I am so excited to eat this. Oh my god. Look at that food porn. Ooh, all them angles. Mmm, yes. Okay, so here is the moment of truth. I'm using a fork because Laura Vitale says that you should always eat risotto with a fork. So here it goes. Gotta get a bite of mushroom, peas, and cheese. Mmm, look at that. Mmm, this is so good. This was a pretty easy recipe to do. The only thing is that I'm pretty sure I stood there at the stove stirring for, I don't know, probably 35 minutes. Just a really long time. I do also like my rice a little bit softer rather than al dente. So if you do like it al dente, it might not take as long. But I think this is a pretty easy to follow recipe, so I would totally recommend it if you're looking for something new to eat or if you have some time to cook up a new dish. This is perfect. It's so good. The porcini mushrooms were a little bit hard to find. They're also a little bit expensive, but I mean, for a special occasion dinner or anything like that, I would totally do it. And because the dish is already kind of salty and cheesy, the peas give it a nice texture, and they also kind of cut through that like salty taste to it and add like a little burst of sweetness in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish devouring this, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this type of video, then go ahead and leave me a comment below. If you missed my last video, you can go there by clicking in the middle and it'll take you to my shoe collection. Bye!